did you? Anything you
Dow plunges 800 as gold surges. Here's why. The Dow plunged 800 points today and the price of gold surged. Here is why. Talks plunge on fears of slowing economic growth by Bill Fleckenstein, president of Fleckenstein's Capital. The market opened a bit weaker, then sold off, led lower by the Nasdaq, which fell 0.75% in the first hour. The initial proximate cause for the weakness was Cirrus Logic, which Ray announced last night that results for this quarter were going to be worse than expected. Somebody dropped their phone, as Fred Hickey noted in a tweet after that news hit. The combination of business eroding as fast as it has and the fact that the CEO was speaking at a conference today forced Cirrus to announce that fourth quarter revenue was going to be 16% lower due to a weakness in the smartphone market. But as Fred pointed out, given that the company put out a press release about the conference 2 weeks ago, the ascent weakness must have been ascent and potent, too. Cirrus itself was weaker today, and it has been falling for some time, but the news was enough to take a couple of percent off of Apple and a few of its suppliers as well, which helped weaken the Nasdaq. Then about mid-morning the decline began to accelerate, possibly due to a Trump trade tweet that sounded negative, but the soon morphed into concern about economic weakness, and that became the focus precipitated by the inverted yield curve. This just in from the loony bin. I say that because I checked in to see what the Bubblevision had to say about today's meltdown, which is where I saw today's wrap headline. I occasionally do that on wild down days just to take the pulse of the Ubblionians. Thus, the market storyline has now morphed from tease just a few rates hikes that are hurting the stock market, but all is well, and tease just a temporary trade skirmish, to now, the economy is slowing down meaningfully. That is a big deal, because it places the spotlight squarely on the failed Fed policies. On a side note, the insane LGO-inspired thesis that banks would benefit from higher rates is finally blowing up in the faces of folks foolish enough to believe that. Meanwhile, other such oft-repeated non-sequiturs will also experience a similar outcome. Turning back to the action, by midday the market had fallen almost 3%. In the afternoon, it bounced a little, but was not far off the lows with an hour to go, when I had to leave. Please check the box score to see if something wild happened in my absence. Away from stocks, green paper was mixed, fixed income was higher as stock market weakness finally mattered, and the metals bounced again, with silver gaining 1% to gold's 0.75%. The miners were higher as well. Housekeeping: major U.S. financial markets will be closed tomorrow in honor of former President George H.W. Bush, so there will be no wrap.